a balanced budget, Mr. Speaker, I think it's worth noting that this side of the House has again increased the senior income plan in the province of Saskatchewan. This is an income program for an assistance program, I beg your pardon, Mr. Speaker, for low-income seniors. This program has been around for a very long time. According to our quick review, it was around, this particular program, there to help seniors, was around for the 16 long and ponderous years of New Democratic government in this province, Mr. Speaker. You may wonder why. You may wonder this point. You may wonder if the NDP, in any one of those years where there was inflation, maybe the economy wasn't that strong, but there's inflation every year. It's 1 or 2 or 3% perhaps through that period of time on an annual basis. You may ask yourself, well, surely then they would have increased the income assistance program for low-income seniors. Surely there would have been something, a binary increase, a percent or what, 1.5%. Nothing, Mr. Deputy. Nothing, Mr. Speaker. 16 years of nothing for low-income seniors.
Shame on you. Wow.
This was the Social Democrats, right? The Social Democrats who like to talk about low-income seniors, but they're not actually there for low-income seniors, Mr. Speaker. Well, we won the election in 2007.
Certainly, we're supporting it.
$3.2 million increase in this particular budget, $250 a month. That's up 178% since 2008, Mr. Speaker.
Wow.
That's a pretty significant lift. I think some of the members over there are saying, well, we're new. We're new. Yeah. Some of the members over there are saying, well, we weren't here for those 16 years. We weren't really a part of it. Oh, Mr. Speaker, yes, they were. They are part of a party. I'm sure they were volunteers in that party's army that would again talk about these issues but not do anything about them. What else did we do within a tight but balanced budget? The seniors' personal credit home benefit, personal care home benefit, increased now $3.4 million. And Mr. Speaker, this is an important one. The said increase, Saskatchewan Assured Income for the Disabled, increased support by another $50 a month. By 2015, $4,200 more per year for people with disabilities. More for singles, more for couples, so they can find greater independence with a little bit more support, so they can engage in the economy, so they can have the dignity of their own home, Mr. Speaker. Not ever from members opposite. In fact, when that community simply asked members opposite, would you just actually change the program we're under, because they were under the Saskatchewan Assistance Plan payment, welfare basically, and they said, it's not quite a good fit for those of us in the disabled community, will you just change the name? Nope. Years and years of nope, wouldn't have cost them a dime, but they refused to do it. Our government was elected. We were grateful for the chance to lead. The Minister of Social Services at the time said, absolutely, we will do that. We will call it said. And then in the last campaign, under a new Social Services Minister, we laid out a plan to actually and finally increase money for the disabled in this province. And that is also in this budget. And this budget, Mr. Speaker, includes a $350,000 for Alzheimer's First Link services, and we think it's an important step forward. Mr. Speaker, in 1989, my dad was involved in a volunteer committee in Swift Current, and he was involved in a lot of volunteer activities. He still is, not quite so much anymore, but he still is involved in his community. They identified the need for a transition for a women's shelter, for a family shelter in Swift Current. They worked with the then, I think it was the Divine government, to try to get some support for this particular shelter in Swift Current, and the Divine government came through. They provided some assistance, and this shelter has been running so very effectively and with great compassion ever since that date. Mr. Speaker, we looked through the record of the NDP government and tried to determine where they may have opened another shelter, because certainly there were needs in other parts of the province. And Mr. Speaker, we found none. You can go through Hansard and you can find a lot of talk from members opposite, from those who say, well, we're all about the disadvantaged. This party's all about helping those who are disadvantaged. Yeah, and members may be laughing about it, but this is the record. This is their record. Mr. Speaker, I'm very proud to stand in the Legislative Assembly today speaking in favor of a budget that is, for the first time in the life of this province since that shelter that my father was involved in Swift Current, is opening up supporting the opening of a brand new one in Melfort.